All right, people, and welcome back. Today we've got a couple small things to change on the car. Now, I have not touched this trunk, at least since the battery relocation, since like the first rendition of building this car. Now, kind of tired of tank being down here, this ugly hole I cut, the wheel well hanging so far down past the suspension that it's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes to get to. I could free up a lot of room down here for different things, like let's say rear mounted radiator and stuff like that. So today, got a big piece of steel over here. I'm going to be relocating the fuel cell up so it'll sit flush with the battery tray. So everything up here will sit nice and flush. Probably drop a little weight, might add on a little weight. I will weigh this with obviously just itself, and then I will weigh what I cut out of the back of here and see what we drop or what we gain. It doesn't matter, it's in the back, so it's a good thing. Also, battery charger, and I'll be putting like a little digital battery voltage gauge in this area. Started making a little template out of some cardboard. Pretty simple. Obviously, I don't use the old fuel tank or the filler neck or any of that stuff. If you have the old rubber seal that goes here, I was looking for mine. You can use that as a template to make this a little bit better, nice, a little cleaner. I used some cardboard, cleaned it up real nice. I'm going to make this really nice out of a piece of sheet metal over there. And like I said, I'm going to put the adapter for the plug for the quick disconnect for my battery tender. And I'm going to have a little battery like digital voltage gauge. So that way, whenever I have to charge a car, I only have to open up the door, plug the charger in. I'll see a voltage coming from the battery directly. Stuff like that. Little things that will make this car a lot better. On top of that, cleaning up the trunk, cleaning up a lot of this extra stuff that's not painted or chipped away, stuff like that. Just cleaning up a lot of little things back here. Rest of the car is doing great. It's a little dirty right now, but she is in well hands and doing well. I am also looking for a new set of seats for this car. Going to put in 2 Kirky seats, and I did order a electric shifter solenoid for the TCI Outlaw shifter right there. I'll throw up a picture. The shifter solenoid kit that I bought is great. It's for reverse manual valve body. It'll work off electronics, so the Holly will turn it on and off. But besides that, let's get right to it. Well, that's a big hole. So as you can see, I've got all this cut out. It's kind of our progress report. I ran the saw basically around the same spot. If you can see that thick spot, that rusty looking spot, that is the frame rail. So right where the frame rail pinches onto the metal in the trunk is where I'm going to run that line, then cut up to the half moon mark. I've got this 1/8 inch of aluminum plating. It is 3 feet by 25 long. What I needed was 3 feet by 29. But basically it's, right over there. I'll just make a half moon piece out of my spare slab right there. And that'll be able to hold at least what this tank weighs, which is when it's full, 10 gallons, it's supposed to be about 60 pounds. Without the tank weight, that'll hold that no problem at all. All right, so I got all the weight that I'm going to be cutting off of the car, and we're going to obviously put these two on a scale, see what it comes out to be. Might be heavier, might be lighter, might have done this for nothing. It depends on how you look at it. So let's start off with the probably the hardest one to do, which is all the factory junk basically that I chopped out of the back of the car. Take that, scale is already zeroed, and drop it on. Yeah, it's just one of those house scales. So if you look at it right there, I'm not adding any weight, it's kind of just floating. My hand's off it completely. It's about 10 pounds. So now take this thing off and weigh our 1/8 inch aluminum plate. I know earlier I said it was steel, but this is aluminum. And lay it right on there. And, well, depending on how you look at it, I might have lost like a half a pound, no pound. Basically, it's the same exact weight. Now, if you would look at both of these and see if it's worth it doing it or not, it comes down to you. Like I said, this is going to clean up my trunk a lot better. I'll be able to get to obviously adjusting like the upper control arm, any roll bar, a bunch of stuff down here, or rear mount radiator, no prep stuff, just a lot more room in the back to do things for me. And it cleans all this up because I thought it looked like shit. So I'm going to get this thing, paint it up, slap it in there, mount it all up. If I have any like gaps or anything like that, I'll do the same thing like I did up there. That is fireproof spray foam. Basically just seals off this side from the driver. Obviously don't want fire or any of this other stuff going anywhere but in here. So get this thing painted up, slap it in there, and then we'll see how all this turns out. All right, people, so I've got basically all this finished up. My fit and finish is not perfect. Obviously, I'm going to go back and seal up a couple edges, basically just here to there and there to there. I'm just going to seal all that up. Obviously, you'll always have a hole there for your fuel tank sump. I've also got a little bit of a gap back there, basically just where the moon part is. I didn't finish it yet. I also painted up my battery box black. Real nice, real fit and finished. I'd say all this turned out pretty well. If you look at it from afar, you'd be like, okay, that looks pretty sick. But all in all, turned out good. I will not say it's worth doing any of this effort. If it's for weight, just shove your tank down there and, spare tire well and be done with it. I did go ahead and finish up this delete panel if anybody was interested in it. Basically a little piece of sheet metal I made that deletes obviously the factory filler neck spot. And I also put in one of these little Amazon voltage gauges and an AC power plug. So basically this will run into the wire that I have for my battery, and I'll hook up my battery tender right here. And when I'm done with it, obviously, just done. Or if you're at the track, you open her up and you do what you gotta do. But it just saves me the time of going ahead and opening this trunk. Obviously, it's got the big drag wing on it. It's just an extra step that I don't have to take later on. Plus, you won't be kinking the wire like up in here or anything like that. You'll just, plug it in right there and you're done. I use this little Napa Auto. It's like $20 for that little thing. It works great. I've had it for years. Have no complaints about it. So, that being said, I think that's all we've got going on for now until we go back to the track. I do have the shift solenoid kit coming in for my TCI Outlaw shifter. That'll be a new video coming out sooner or later that we'll have basically right before we go back to the track. That way the Holly will be able to make the shift. I won't have to worry about anything besides holding on and enjoying the ride and going fast. Besides that, car's happy. Car's in one shape. Started at the front, we moved to the inside. Now we did the back. I'm real happy with how this car's turning out. I'm going to make it a little bit better and better and better as I go. But all being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Go down, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.